Welcome to Roxtalks, the podcast that helps network marketers grow their business on social media. I'm Roxanne Wilson and I'm so excited to be here with you today and every day, to be honest. But today, we're going to be talking about a brand new feature that has been hinting, and is finally here. We are talking about Instagram Reels. Now, I know some of you, as I've been talking about Reels over the last couple weeks since it came out, people are like, Reels, what is that? What is that thing anyway? Well, I'm going to break it down for you, but not just definition wise, because that's neither here nor there. I'm going to break down for you all about Instagram Reels for network marketers, because that, frankly, is what you care about. So let's go ahead and dive in. If you are looking for a hands-on ability and way to really get going with your Instagram Reels, you don't want to be left in the dust, then I invite you to join me for a brand new challenge. It's the Instagram Reels challenge, and it's kicking off later this week. So go ahead and just go to socialstoriesmembership.com/challenge to get all the deets and register for this challenge. I know you're going to love it, and it's going to give you some real world practicality on how you can grow and maneuver with it. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into all things that happen to be Instagram Reels. Now, I've been watching the trajectory of Reels coming. I knew it was coming. It was just a matter of was Facebook/Instagram, same people, going to reveal it. And honestly, when it came out, I'm like, now you chose now? Come on, Zucks, couldn't you wait? But he didn't. It is this month, and it's going to be great. Here is why, or what it is. Now, I want to remind you of something very important that you've heard me say. You heard Molly Mahoney and I talk about on the podcast when she was a guest last month. But here's an important thing that I want you to realize. Whenever Facebook or Instagram or any social media platform, or even the social media platform adjacents like LinkedIn and Instagram and Pinterest, when they come out with something new, it is your opportunity to like wild west it, baby, and get in there, because whenever they come up with some new feature, they are rewarding you for it. They're rewarding you for using it. It's going to put you in front of people that you normally would not have an opportunity to display your wares, your brand, all those things with. So the first thing I want you to do before you think about feeling overwhelmed about this new thing is realize this is an opportunity for you and your business to get out there and to dive in. So yay for that. Okay, now the second thing, if you're wondering what the heck is Reels, Reels is really Instagram's answer to TikTok. If you remember the history and trajectory of Facebook, you've got Mark Zuckerberg. He's doing his social media Facebook thing, but other social media platforms that have interest and value come along, things like Snapchat and Instagram. Well, Mark Zuckerberg is very dogged about wanting to be the juggernaut on everything. So he will either buy it, and if he can't figure out a way to buy it, if money doesn't buy everything, then he will copy it. And that's why and how Instagram became something that now is owned by Facebook. That's also why Instagram and Facebook now actually have stories. Stories are really an answer to Snapchat. So now, couldn't buy TikTok, so he copied TikTok. And that's what Reels is. Now, Reels has been in the making for a while. In fact, it was first launched in Brazil as something called Scenes. And that was the name I thought it was going to have all this time. And it's been out since, I want to say, last fall. Definitely 2019, although it's hard to see past or behind 2020, but you got me. And he rolled it out. It's now been rolled out in 50 countries. So odds are, if you're listening to this, you're in one of the 50 countries. So kudos and congrats to you. And what does this all mean for you? Well, obviously, TikTok had value. TikTok has been growing exponentially in different ways. And if you're thinking, oh, does it mean I have to do the savage dance, Roxanne? It does not. Now, you could. It means you could dance around if you wanted to. But what it really means is it's an opportunity for you to become that expert in your field when it comes to this new platform. So let's dive into some ways you can do this. And I should mention, that if you want some real practicality on not only how to use it, but strategy on how to use it, you should really join us for the Instagram Reels challenge. It is coming up. It starts in a couple of days. it is going to be transformational. If you've done the Instagram Stories Challenge, which obviously transformational, over 1,000 people and counting have now done it, and gotten great success from it that I put on that it created, you're going to love the Instagram Reels Challenge. Okay, enough about that. Let's go into practicality. Now, I don't believe that even with TikTok and definitely not with Reels, you have to be someone you are not. Okay. So, whenever something new comes out, you need to sit and ask yourself, how can I apply this to who I am? Not how do I change my brand to be it, but how can this fit with my brand? That is once you embrace the fact that you're going to be taking on something new, the second thing is to sit back and go, aha, I can do this. How does this apply to me? What can I do? Now, one of the things, if you're familiar with TikTok, TikTok allows you to have 15-second, 45-second, and of course, a minute reels. You can do 30 seconds as well too. With Reels as it is right now, it's 15 seconds. So you get 15 seconds to put something out there. I'll tell you right now, 15 seconds is longer than you think. It really is. It just means you have to be smart about it, which is fine, which you totally can do. What I want you to do when diving into this is realize that the best thing you can do is think about ways that you can showcase who you are, what you represent, and what you do. So, who are you? Now, please don't say, well, I'm a rep for such and such company. I sell this. No, that's not who you are. You were someone before you started your network marketing company, and you'll be someone after. And you're someone currently as well, too. So, who is that person? Use it as an opportunity to share a little bit about you. Again, you do not, if you're a dancer, then dance. If you're a singer, then sing. If you don't dance or sing, don't feel like you have to take that on. What's so great about Instagram, and you know this, is there's so many people on the platform. So yes, there will be people who will learn the newest thing, the newest version of Savage, and do that dance. But there are also people who really love the opportunity to learn a little bit about you without much stress or obligation or commitment. 15 seconds, not a lot of commitment. When I did Pilates, back in my day when I did Pilates, took a class, I remember one of my instructors would always say, you can do anything for 15 seconds. And as I was going back and forth on that reformer or whatever reformer, that mega reformer, I was like, okay, I hope you're right, but man, this hurts. I can do anything for 15 seconds. But I always remember that you can do anything for 15 seconds. So someone can watch you, that attention span that works, right? So the first thing, like I said, you want to do is think about how you can introduce yourself. What can you put out there that introduces who you are, not your company, that you can put out there? Okay. That's the first type of post that's going to be great. The next thing is, how can you tell your brand story? Now, the brand story is who you are. So what you're like, wait a moment. What I'm saying is take time. And I actually think you may take more than one actual reel to tell who you are. So tell the basics of who you are, and then tell a little bit more about who you are as a professional, who you are, and consider that brand story. So again, you're not saying I am with such and such company that does blah blah blah, but who are you? What is it that you do? What do you like about your company? Are you a fashion stylist? So you love showing fashion. You have a heart for fashion. Do you love helping people with get better skin or lose weight? Talk about that and specifically what your passion is with that. Okay. Another thing is a great value add when it comes to, and there's some specific strategy, but I'm giving you the higher brow. When you do the challenge, you're going to get you're like, oh my gosh, she's got specific strategy for me. Yes, I do. But you also want to think about specifically, what is your expertise? Oh, we're going back to superpower. What is your expertise? What is something you can give me some education about? So, for example, if you are a great example, when I was doing the live shows that I do each week, we were talking about engaging content today. And my listeners, Rochelle, she's also a member of Social Stories. She said that her goal today was to encourage people to hydrate because she's been forgetting to hydrate. And I'm like, that is magical. That's awesome. She could do a reel where she's giving the importance of hydration, not in a boring, stuffy way, but in a row way. Rochelle, it's her name. In a row way that really gets people like, oh yeah, I need to hydrate. I totally need to do that. I'm going to do that today. and I see the value in it. So you can give value as the expert. Now, she doesn't necessarily have to say, I am a skincare expert and you need to hydrate, but she can share that. And as she tells her story more and more, and as someone sees her reel and then goes to her page and she says she's passionate about skin or however she's worded that, they're going to realize, okay, she knows her salt. So doing more posts that are about what you have great knowledge about, what your superpower or multiple superpowers are about, is a fantastic way to give people tidbits of things that they can take and apply. 15 seconds, got it? Okay, I can do that. So I watched a reel that she's done about hydrating. I'm like, I can go put on some lotion today. Okay, I'm gonna put on some lotion. I can drink a little bit more water. It's that type of thing that you can do with the reel. So be strategic and think, what is my overarching message? Because think about this. The more that you make yourself an expert and you put it out there with reels or whatever it may be, the more apt someone is to come to you when they either need help in that area or are looking to dive into that area themselves and perhaps go into that business. You're their person. So use reels as a way to give that information. Information is a powerful thing, and being able to do it in 15-second increments, awesome. Now, does that mean that you don't add music to it, or you don't add words? You can absolutely add those things, and I'll be teaching you how to do that in the Reels challenge. So that'll be one part of it. In fact, with the challenge, you'll have opportunity to get the practicality of how to do the things, but then also the strategy on how to make it count. It's fantastic. Now, there definitely is an opportunity for you to try out the latest trends, and I do think that's good. Now, what I mean by that is if something is trending, it might be one of those cute little videos where you have the powder puff or the wax on, wax off on the mirror. Do I think you should try those? Absolutely, if it fits with what you do. Again, if you are someone who is like anti-makeup, then don't do the one where you hit the screen with the powder puff. You may even know what I'm talking about. If you follow TikTok, because that wouldn't seem right for you. But if there's a trend that fits within your brand, and the other thing is won't take you forever to complete, then definitely take a look at those trends and implement them in there. So you've got different types. You're going to have reels that are going to talk about your brand story and who you are, your personal brand. You're going to have reels about your expertise and what you know great things about that you can share. And then you'll also do some reels that have to do with the trend that's out there, which also means that if you love to dance, maybe you sell something that has nothing to do with dancing, but part of your brand is dancing. You love music. Then absolutely get out there and do the dance if that works for you and you have the time to do it. Okay. Now, but if you don't worry about it. So those three things that you can add to Reels is a powerful way that you can use this new tool and really rock it. Now, I have many more, but I'm going to stop right there because I've given you enough where you can start implementing and diving into Reels. Now, the other thing I want you to remember is this. One of the great things about something that's new is that everybody is doing it fresh. Even those who were doing TikTok forever and a day have to adapt to what's going on with Reels and how to maneuver Reels. So don't feel like you are a failure because you're not. If you do something and it doesn't post right, or it feels awkward, or it's not exact, that is totally fine. That is normal. We're all learning together. Unless you are in Brazil and you've been using the artist formerly known as Scenes, it's now Reels, for nearly a year, everyone is at that fresh spot where less than 30 days of using Reels is a reality. So this is a perfect time for you to dive in there, to rock it out, and to really just fumble. If you fumble, it's okay. We're all going to get to the end zone. We are. See, like that football reference. So that is a way. So just have that freedom when you dive into it. I really encourage you to go ahead and join us for the Instagram Reels challenge, because I know the greatness that is planned for you. And I know it's going to be a really a great way for you to dive into Reels with a community of people who are all diving into it together. Everybody's new to it, but also do it with strategy so you're not wasting your time just flailing around. Let's get you to where you want to go. Let's get you to that end zone. Fumbles are fine, but let's get you to the end zone faster. How does that sound? All right, we're going to be right back with your tech tip, behind the scenes, and much more. So you might have guessed that your tech tip this week is all about Instagram Reels. In fact, it's really this. If Instagram serves you right now, then I really want you to go ahead and dive into Instagram Reels. Where is Reels, you might ask? I'm going to tell you right now. When you go to your Instagram and you click on the little circle that gets you to stories, the second you get to stories, you'll see down below, you'll see an option that says Reels. Just slide and it'll take you to Reels and you'll be right in there. So that is how technically you will do that. Now, I also want to say this. If right now Instagram doesn't serve you, if right now you're really focusing on Facebook, I don't want this episode or what's going on in the world of Instagram to make you feel like you're behind because you're not, or make you feel like you have to pivot because you don't. Okay. You can be very successful on one social media platform, get that down, and then move to the other. So don't fret. But if you are on Instagram, then my challenge to you is to dive in with Reels. And I do recommend you just go ahead and join us for the challenge. It's an easy way to dive into Reels with confidence from what you're going to get. And also for me, you know that social media is my expertise. I enjoy it and I love sharing and teaching it. So we'll do this together in a really fantastic way. All right, we'll be right back with behind the scenes and a mindset moment. Before we do behind the scenes, I want to just say something about your mindset. And we touched on this a little bit, but I'm going to say it again. When new things happen, our mind, when new things come out, like this release of Reels, our mind is like, not another new thing. I mean, I'm okay with change, but am I really okay to change? I don't want to do it. All those things happen. I want you to resist temptation. You are not only a network marketer, which means you're a savvy business person. You are the CEO, which means that as things juke and jive, you have to juke and jive with it. And if you have forgotten that, then let me remind you of the last 6, 7 months. 7 months. Yeah. Ish, whatever it may be. Let me remind you of 2020. You pivoting is what you have to do. Now, I frankly would have appreciated if the Zucks had given us warning and said Reels is coming out on this date because I could have planned things around it. But it's not about me. And you have to remember too, especially because you are using social media to grow your business the big way, that things are going to come out and be released. And when they are, you have to jump on them and not get into your head about your lack of ability to do it because you can do it. Find a community that will help you with it. Find social stories will help you with that and rock it out. Okay, so remember that. All right, and then I'm going right into behind the scenes. I have been a little wonky lately. That's a good word for it. My sweet dog Baylor is not feeling well and has issues. And if you're not a dog lover, I guess you can just fast forward through this. But if you do love dogs, she's the cutest, she's the best. And she's not feeling well. So there's been a lot of vet visits, even the ER, and a lot of sleepless nights lately with her. So that's been, if I seem like, oh, I'm just hanging on by a thread. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm just hanging on by a thread. But I wouldn't have any other way. Being with her, being up with her, taking care of her. I'm like, got to pull through, girl. Got to pull through. It's just a reminder to me that even the best laid plans are just that. They're just plans. They're not a reality. Did I plan my week to be 1,000 times different than it has been? Absolutely. It's not the way it was meant to be. My time was meant to be spent with my sweet little baby girl. And so I'm spending time with her. So, but I'm glad that I was able to take this moment and spend time with you because it is such a vital and important part of each and every week. So thank you so much for being here. Oh, a little reminder or a little like, hey, not a reminder, but a hey, I now have an ability to give you alerts. If you're like, I want to know exactly when the podcast comes out. In fact, I want to watch the YouTube premiere when it's live because that's when it's recorded live because that's fun to watch. Or you want to just remember when it comes out immediately so you don't miss out on different opportunities, then go ahead, click the link below. If you're listening, forgive me. I'll give you the full link in the show notes. Which you can go to roxtalkspodcast.com. But when you click on that link, it actually will allow you to get alerts. So you get alerts on your phone or on your Facebook Messenger so you know exactly when the episode drops and is live. So it's all about you. All right, you guys rock the Casbah. Thank you so much for all that you do. And I want to remind you, you're not ahead, you're not behind. You are exactly where you need to be. And I'm so glad you're here with me. Take care. See you next week. Bye bye.